Okay, so today we are going to be talking about applying the principles of hunting to sales and also to recruiting, as we know that our business is not just sales, it also has the recruiting leg. So these principles also apply when you are recruiting as well. So the first thing that I've learned, when I did, there's a book that I was reading about hunting, how the other animals, the ones that have to hunt for food, how do they do it? Also, hunting in terms of um, human beings that are, into hunting and they go out and they hunt for game, for food to eat. So one thing that I've noticed is before you go out, you have to know your territory. So you have to know where you are going to go. Okay, what kind of place is it? What type of animals do you find in that place? And you have to understand the animal that you are hunting or your prey, what kind of habits do they have so that you know what to carry. So, for example, if you say you wanted to go hunting and you don't do the proper research to find out uh, what kind of place is it, maybe you would take a knife and you find yourself somewhere where there is the big five animals, there's lions and there's scary, and you realize that the tools that you have cannot equip you to take care of your life. So when you're going out to hunt, it's not just about, okay, no, I just want to get a rabbit and I can do that with a spear, so I'm just going to carry a spear. The area that you're going, it's not just going to be for rabbits. There are also going to be other animals. Are you equipped to deal with them if you ever have to run into them? Those are things that you also have to consider. You have to consider, is it going to be hot? Is it a desert? Do I need to carry water? Do I need to, all those things. So that is what a hunter does when they are going out to hunt. They consider all of that. Even us who are in business and in sales, you are a hunter because you are going out there and you have a target. You want people to buy your product or you want people to sign up for your business. Just like a hunter, you have to prepare yourself. You have to know the market. You have to understand if I am looking for people that buy Clean 9 is always my example. If I'm looking for people that buy Clean 9, what type of people are they? Where do I find them? And what marketing tools do I need to carry with me? Do I have the knowledge of the product that I'm going to go and market? Do I have flyers for C9? If a customer was to ask me to say, okay, how does it work? Am I able to explain the Clean 9 program? Do I know how much it costs? Because you will market the product so well, you explain everything that it does, and now the client is like, how much is it? And then you have to say, oh no, wait, let me go check in my catalog. Do you have the catalog with you? For instance, you are approaching a client and you want them to sign up for the business. You're approaching a prospect. You want them to sign up for the business. How are you going to approach them? What is your selling point? Do you understand their needs, their pressure points, so that you are able to then sell them from that point of view? Most of the time, as business owners, we just say, oh, today I'm going to go out and market C9, or I'm going to go out and do contact marketing. We don't even think about what type of person am I looking for? And can I find that type of person where I'm going? You'll find a lot of people that'll be like, no, I do a lot of contact marketing, but I don't get any numbers. People tell me no, people are not interested. Are you doing your marketing at the right place? Can you, for lack of a better word, find your prey in that region that you are in? Because you might find yourself, you are going out, you're marketing in the wrong place. Maybe you want the corporate people, but you are marketing at the taxi rank. Maybe you don't get to meet so many of them. You want people that are struggling with debt, mortgage bonds. Where do you find them? What type of groups can you join on social media where you can also find those people? You know, there are groups for loans, for home decor, and all of that. Those are the people that own homes. Those are the people that maybe are dealing with mortgage bonds and they are looking for extra income. So, are you looking for your clients, for your prospects in the right area? Have you done the necessary research to understand your market, to understand your target? And do you have the necessary tools to approach them? Because sometimes, yes, maybe you are in the right place, you are approaching the right people, but you are approaching them the wrong way. So, a hunter, what do they do? If I am going to go and hunt deer, I need to know where do I find them and what is the best way to catch my prey? Do we consider that when we are going out, or we just say, I'm going out to sell? You are going to sell to who? Where do you find them and how can you convince them to buy? You know, buying is mostly it's emotional, it's attached to pain points, pressure points. You have to understand the type of person that I want to buy this product. What is their pain point? What would make them to say, you know what? It's 2.5, but I want this product. And then you approach them from that point of view. So that is the first part. Know your territory. As a hunter, as a business owner, know your territory. And that includes knowing the type of people that you want to work with. Okay. If I have people in the meeting, just let me know that you are still here. The second part is patience. It's the timing. Timing is everything. A successful hunt requires patience. You have to wait for the right moment to strike. So maybe you are in the right place. You know your prey and you've done your research. You know how to catch your prey, but you don't just attack at any point. A successful hunter knows the right moment to strike because sometimes we have the right people at the right place and we have the right tools, but we don't know when to strike and when to wait to strike. We just go and we strike. And if you do that, if you are someone who watches these channels like your National Geographic and all of that, even when you look at the other animals when they are hunting, they are stalking their prey, and they wait for the right moment. They wait maybe for the babies that are going to be left behind because they are weak and they can't run, and then they attack. That is what a hunter does. That is also what you are supposed to do in business. You don't just anything that you see, you strike. No, you are a hunter. You are in sales. So you need to understand that timing is critical. When you push a sale too early, you can drive away your prospect or your customer. So, for example, you are talking to someone, they have shown a bit of interest, but they are not ready to buy. Focus on building the relationship until they are ready to buy. It's not always that we meet today and you have to buy my product now. If the person you can tell, you know what, they have some interest, but probably they are not ready now. Don't keep forcing and forcing the sale because you lose the customer forever. If you see that your next step is you focus on building a relationship, you focus on, oh, okay, let's exchange numbers, let's chat, maybe in future you'll be interested in the product. So I was in the right place. I had the right prey, but it was not the right time for me to attack. So I have to wait. You follow up at the right moment as well. Um, you invite them to product launches after, you speak to them, find out about their budget. Maybe they are interested in the product, but they don't have the money now. Find out what is their budget. What can you do for them as a customer? That is what a hunter does. Understand the timing. Maybe they are interested in the business, but they are not ready now, or something has happened and now they can't join. I had a prospect, I always talk about her because she promised me she was going to join and she sent me her documents and she's like, you know what, month end, I'm going to send you my money and I'm going to start. And I was like, okay. So I was keeping in touch, greeting her and everything, just catching up. And then at the end of the month, what happened? She went AWOL. I tried to follow up, I tried to call her, no response, just blue ticks. And then I had to take a step back. I'm like, okay, maybe she's not yet ready. And 2 months later, she came back and she's like, in fact, it was more than 2 months, probably around 6 months when she came back and she said to me, um, I'm sorry for going quiet. My husband passed away and I was left with all the kids and I had to be the main, breadwinner in the house. So at that time it was just a lot and I couldn't even, talk to anyone. So I just sort of switched off. It's only now that I've started to find a routine and now I want to build this business because I really need the income. So that's what I mean when I'm saying know when to strike. If someone is going through something like that and you start sending them messages like, now you're not answering my messages. You promised me and now I can't get hold of you. When are you going to start? Send your money because I already have your documents. Do you understand what that can do to your prospect? If it was someone facing that situation, and when they do come right, do you think they would want to join the business under you or to buy the product from you? No, because you don't have empathy. You are not able to understand. You don't have the emotional intelligence to know when to pull back and when to strike. So, as business owners, let's not be too desperate. Let's have patience and let's time everything. Understand that timing is everything. So, we have to know when to strike, when to pull back, and just maintain the relationship, do the follow up, and keep doing your business. Sometimes we get the timing is everything right. We stop pushing too much. Maybe we focus on the relationship, but we then focus on this one person and we forget to keep hunting, to keep going back. So when we say timing is everything, know when to push back, it doesn't mean that you stop your business and you focus on this one person and whatever it is that they are going through. So while this one is not ready, it's fine. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find the next person that it will probably maybe be ready for me. And when I find them, I strike. That is how a hunter works. So the second thing is patience. Then the third thing is focus on the right prey. Targeting. Hunters don't chase every animal they see. They target their specific prey. And this is what I was saying to say when you say, I want to go and hunt deer, you are not going to get there, and those are the only animals that are there. There will be other animals. They might be smaller animals, there'll be the rabbits. There might be bigger animals, maybe the zebras. You see the giraffe, and you think, oh, this zebra is it's so beautiful. Maybe let me forget this, what I wanted to do, and focus on this one, which is what most of us do. You know, we have a clear target in mind, we know what we want. Then we get somewhere and we get carried away by what is happening around us. We lose focus and we start targeting other things that were not in our mind initially. You know, we get carried away by the wave, we get carried away by what other people are doing, and we focus on trying to do what they are doing, and we forget that that might not work for us. We forget that that might not be the right prey for you. Okay, maybe for someone the zebra is good for them, but maybe for you this is the right prey. And if you divert your focus because this other person is focusing there, you will find yourself putting all your energy and your resources, and you are exhausted at the end of the day, but you don't have the results. When you left the house, you had specific prey. You looked at your tools based on what you were looking for. And when you get there, you need to focus on that because that is what you are equipped to hunt. Maybe the zebras will come along the way, but that is not my target. For today, I came to hunt deer and I'm going to focus on that. Okay. So when you are hunting, don't chase every animal you see. Focus or target your specific prey. What does that mean for you in business? It's crucial to focus on the right prospects rather than to try and sell to everyone, rather than to be pushed all over the place. There is something happening in Limpopo, let me go. There's something happening in Durban, let me go. There's something in Cape Town, let me go. There's something in East London, let me go. Can you find your prey there? Or you are just being carried away by the wind, you have lost focus. Can you find the people that you want? Are they found in Limpopo? Sometimes not. So you don't have to follow everything that is happening just because there are people, then I must go. There are people, yes, but are my people there? Sometimes we also exhaust our resources as FBOs because we want to be all over and we want to hunt everything. Because now, when you want to divert your focus, now you want to hunt zebras, you realize, oh, maybe this knife is too small. Now you must get another knife, you must do this, and this is money that is coming out. You have to travel to this place, you're going to spend money, and then you get there and zero prospects. You have wasted your money. Now you have customers that need products. You are not able to get them. Why? Because you have exhausted your resources hunting the wrong prey. So in sales, it's very crucial to focus on the right prospects, focus on the right customer. You cannot sell to everyone and you cannot recruit everyone. Understand who is your target and focus on that. Okay. Identify the high quality leads that are more likely to convert. Sometimes we also exhaust our energy on people that clearly will not buy. You know, just from talking to someone, you can see whether they have interest or not. So you have to be able to identify this is a quality lead. This is someone who is interested in the product for real. I can follow up and get results. Because sometimes you are hunting the weak prey, the one that will come in and exhaust all your energy in the business. because they need you to push them, they need to. So we have to be able to identify key people as well when we are going out and looking for prospects. So, for instance, if you have to sell, target companies that have the budget that need your solution. Okay, so this was just an example from a business perspective. So let's say I sell enterprise software. I'm going to target the companies that I know they will have the budget and they need the product rather than the small businesses, the ones that have just started. Why? Because I know that this business has just started. They are still figuring out how to break even. They still have salaries and maybe their income is not yet enough to cover all their expenses. So when I come with a software solution, they will be looking at me and be like, yo, this one, she wants to introduce these fancy things here, and we already are not able to pay the salaries. We don't have the budget for it. Maybe they will let you in, they will allow you to explain your very nice product, and at the end of the day, they will tell you, we don't have budget. Same thing with you and the product that you want to sell. And I know this is controversial, but for me, before I go and do a product presentation and all of that, I have to look at affordability. I'm going to come there and spend 2 hours doing a presentation for someone that would tell me they are going to join in December because they don't have money. For me, I would feel that that is a waste of my energy and resources. I would rather check out the people. I target the people that I know to say, yes, they are struggling, they are looking for extra income, but they can afford to at least start. Maybe not this month, maybe next month, but definitely not 8 or 12 months later. Someone who will say, I will join in June 2026 when we are in August and I've spent 2 hours explaining the business. That is a waste of time and energy. So you also have to vet your people. Okay. I'm not saying that the people that can't afford, we don't do presentations for them, but I'm saying don't focus too much of your energy on people that you know will never buy the product or will never buy the box. So focus on the right people. When you apply your energy, even in your team, there are people that you know that they have never bought a product. After the box, that was it. They don't reply to messages on the group. You call them, they don't answer. You don't even see them marketing the products either on their statuses or on their social media. They don't attend team training. Why are you still focusing all your energy on those people? Because that will just drain you and you will still not get results. Focus energy on people that are going to bring results. There are people in your team that are ready to show up, that are ready to push. Maybe they are not doing 4CC, but at least they make an effort not to close on zero. They make an effort to respond to your messages. They make an effort to attend the trainings. Those are the people that are the right prey. Those are the people that you need to focus on and give your energy. Yes, you don't ignore the rest. You still share information with them. You still check up on them. But your main focus should be on the people that are going to bring you the results. So focus on the right prey, either through selling, through retailing, and even through supporting your team. You have to know the people that are ready for the support, the people that are ready to move, so that you are not wasting your energy and getting zero results. Okay, my meeting is telling me that I have less than 10 minutes. Um, Trekking. Follow the signs. Hunters track animals by following signs like the footprints, the broken branches, or the sounds that they make. Is there anyone here who watches National Geographic and all those other channels? If you are there and you're in the meeting, just type a 2 for me. Because you see, when the hunters are trekking, they look at the animal footprints, they can tell you, oh, here, this animal passed. Here, you see the way this branch is broken. This was an elephant. Um, you hear that sound? It's a lion, you know? That is a hunter. Same thing as a business owner. Tracking involves paying attention to the signs that your prospect or your customer is projecting, such as the way that they are engaging with you. When you send a message, how do they respond? If it's an email, or if you make a post on your social media, how are your followers engaging with your post, or how are they interacting? Do they like? Do they comment? Do they inbox? These are the signs for a business owner that show you whether the person has interest, and they can help you to tailor your approach. You know, when you're talking to someone, you can see if they are paying attention or if they are not interested. That is why I always recommend to say, if you are going to do presentations, do one-on-ones, do face-to-face, because you are able to read the room compared to on Zoom. Like right now, I only know the ones that are being active because they have typed in the chat. I can see probably there are some of us who are sleeping, some are cooking, doing other things, not paying attention. But if I am standing in front of my prospect and we are talking and I'm doing the business presentation, when I'm talking, I can see by their body language if they are paying attention or if they are just thinking, yo, when is she gonna finish talking so I can go home? As a hunter, you have to follow those signs. The interaction that you are getting from the people that you're talking to will tell you whether or not they are interested. I've seen my team members, some when they started and we go out to do contact marketing, you want to do a whole business presentation and convince someone on the street, and that person is just there like, oh, when am I gonna leave? When am I gonna leave? When is she gonna leave me alone? And we are not even paying attention to the body language. So we go on and on and on. And then after an hour, the person says, I no, Sissy, I hear you, but I am not interested. Maybe you were approaching them from the wrong point of view. You know, when you talk about extra income, you can tell the ones that are interested in the extra income by the way they will respond. If you are speaking about extra income and you can tell that you're not connecting with your audience, maybe you introduce flexibility of time, you introduce this and you introduce that. That is what we mean when you say follow the signs, because the body language and the responses, that is how your prospect is telling you whether they are interested or not. So if a prospect um these signals indicate interest and help you tailor your approach. So if your prospect, let's say they download a white paper from your website, they might be in the research phase and ready for a deeper conversation. If a person is always like commenting on your posts that you're making on Facebook, that is a sign to say maybe they are interested either in the products that you're posting or in the business, and you can approach them and all of that. So as a hunter, as a business owner, know to follow the signs, the body language, the footprints and the broken branches that your prospects and customers are leaving for you. I think this will be the last one. I don't know if it's the last slide, but because we are out of time, I will end here. As a hunter, you are also supposed to be able to adjust to the environment. If the environment or the weather changes, you adapt your strategy. There are some strategies that work maybe during the day that they will not work at night. Or maybe it started raining and the ground is now wet. You know, a lot of things can happen. So we plan, but not everything we plan out is going to happen exactly the way we plan it. And you have to be able to adapt. You know, as a salesperson, if a prospect needs, or the environment changes, adjust your pitch or product offering accordingly. So they told you, no, it's fine. I'm not interested in extra income. Are you flexible enough to adapt and present the business from their point of view, from their pain point? Are you able to adapt your presentation to maybe health, to time freedom? Or are you just gonna continue like, okay, you are not interested in the extra income, but I'm gonna focus on the extra income and I'll tell you about all the millions that you can make, and maybe that will change your mind, because that strategy does not work. So when you are speaking to your prospects, or when you go out and it's not what you thought it would be, do you also just give up and say, this is not gonna work, I'm just gonna go back home? I always give the example: you've invited people for a business presentation, you show up, there is no one in the room. Are you able to adjust? Or do you just mourn the money that you lost because there was no one in the meeting, and then you just go back home? Because part of adapting is realizing, okay, we hired this venue, no one showed up, but maybe let's go out, let's distribute our numbers, let's do contact marketing, let's do product training for the team, or let's make it a team training. That is also adapting, not just giving up because things didn't go the way you planned. So, as a business owner, you have to be able to adjust to the environment. You have to be able to adjust. Maybe the prey you wanted was not there, and you find the zebras, and you just want to try out. Maybe that is where you are meant to be. Can you adapt to the zebras, or are you just gonna be like, no, you know what, my prey is not working, but I will stick to it? Or are you able to say, you know what, this is not working, let me try something new? So as a business owner, where do you stand in all of that? So because we are out of time, I'm going to end the presentation here. I don't know if I have any more slides, but if I